it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Oh, come on, no enthusiasm. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good. My name is Grandmother Sally Catherine Mims. I'm pleased to meet you.
Please.
Oh, let's try that. My name is Grandmother Sally Catherine Mims. I'm pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Good. Somebody has some home training. Good. But I'm a storyteller. My grandmother was a storyteller. She would tell us stories about her life. She grew up on a farm down south. And at night sometimes she'd tell us stories about snakes and scary things. When I was a little bitty child, I didn't like those scary stories. But she told me not to be afraid. There was always something to be learned. So sometimes we would take walks in the woods, and she would point out the trees and the flowers and would tell me the names of the plants I could eat. But then I would see sometimes insects, like spiders. And I didn't like spiders. I was scared. And my grandmother said, spiders can teach us things. We can learn from spiders. So grandmother said, oh, I think I'm going to tell you an Anansi story. Now, Anansi was a spider who lived in the jungle in Africa. And people would tell those stories, and they came to the Caribbean, and then they came to the South. Now, grown-ups would tell children Anansi stories so that children would learn to walk the web of life. Whenever it was time for an Anansi story, we would start out by saying, a rum-sum-sum, a rum-sum-sum, a rum-sum-sum, Anansi, Anansi. Do that with me. A rum-sum-sum, a rum-sum-sum, a rum-sum-sum, Anansi, Anansi. Now this story is about being greedy. Now once, Anansi lived in a land where there was a queen who was also a witch. And she decided whoever said the word 5 would poof, disappear. Because that was her secret word. And she didn't want anyone to use it. So Anansi thought if he could trick someone into saying the word 5, that they would poof, disappear. And he would get all their goods and have plenty to eat. Because at that time, people were very hungry. So he started to plant some yam hills by his hut. You know what yams are, don't you? Mm-hmm. Sweet potatoes. He planted a lot of yam hills by his hut. And after he planted all the yam hills, he sat and he waited. Well, along came guinea fowl. That's a big chicken. And Anansi called out, I beg you, missus, can you tell me how many yam hills I have here? I can't count very well. So guinea fowl went over to the first yam hill and started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm sitting on one. Oh, true, said Anansi. You can't count right at all. So guinea fowl went over to some more yam hills and started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm sitting on one. Oh, true, said Anansi. You can't count right at all. He was very vexed. Well, guinea fowl became vexed and said, well, how do you count then? Anansi got really excited and he started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Poof! He disappeared, and guinea fowl got all of his food. A rum-sum-sum, a rum-sum-sum.